Iron Maiden. Imagine Alexander the Great there, man.
How good was that? I was wearing that yesterday.
I'll tell you.
Did you
Ask this guy.
Did you get Alexander t-shirt?
Yeah, I did. Ask this guy what happened to Alexander the Great.
All right, I'll ask him what happened, Alexander the Great.
Fucking, we were there. We got like two other mates with us. Yeah, and he's
my brother-in-law as well. One of them.
Where's this?
He was in front of us.
Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
Did you go as well?
I went the day before.
The day before, yeah.
And then this malacca's like, if they play Alexander the Great, I'm done.
I knew they were going to play it, but I was in the same mood,
like, I'm running in. I don't give a fuck. And then they started...
So we were So think of like the stage. I was so pretty much we were halfway of like the front to the back of where the standing is. Yeah.
So, and then our mate, the first sort of notes fucking strum out. This guy like loses it, goes red. And then I was like, these Greeks.
Didn't he read out
these Greeks?
For bring me, my son get the another kingdom.
Yeah.
So then this guy loses it. It doesn't last. Like, fuck this, I'm done. And he just disappears.
I literally did the fucking
parting off the waves
straight to the front, right at the front where they're like all.
So this guy gets fucking disappears for about like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Then he comes back and he's like,
literally, I got there and I'm like, fuck, I'm 40. And then I'm just getting nailed in the back. I'm getting punched. I'm fucking throwing him back. I'm like, yeah, I'm out of here.
And he comes back. He's like a heaving, sweaty mess, man. Like, like
okay, how long was that? 30 seconds.
I was away for an hour.
Yeah, literally,
like,
man. It was such a... Oh,
yeah, but how good was it, though?
Oh... He actually did I think it threw a comment about it goes something about the Greeks or something like that in Melbourne or something like that.
I don't remember.
But it was the fact that he sung it is, and I'm like, imagine this in Greece. Imagine this in Athens, playing this in Athens, or even like Thessaloniki. Imagine playing this in Thessaloniki.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of people I've seen feedback. They're like, oh, they didn't play, Number of the Beast. They didn't play this. And I go, look, I get it. It would have been nice for me to see that too, but they've done hundreds, thousands of freaking concerts and stuff, right? This just happens to be the time when they chose we're touring Senjutsu, and they actually chose because it's the theme, the future, past, whatever. They picked Somewhere in Time. Because it was something that normally doesn't get a gig, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they go, we're going to highlight those and sprinkle a few others. I was happy with it.
I was very happy with
it. That's what it was. I was expecting it. And
I was very happy with it.
It was fantastic.
I was very happy.
I told you, if they play Alexander the Great, obviously for all of us, that's our heritage. But me personally, I'll go, if he plays Wasted Years, which they did at the end, that just killed me.
When I went in 2008 and they played Wasted Years, I was in the mosh, front, like literally from the front. Like my hands were touching the rail, and they're kicking in, the crowd's going nuts, and then when his solo started, the crowd lifted like to 11. You know what I mean? You physically felt like the energy.
Yeah, but for me, this year just had added incentive with that. I was going to say that just killed me.
I don't think you can fault an artist for picking whatever songs they want to play at their gig.
No.
You know what I mean?
Look, I saw a lot of people that were rapt because,
And they said they're going to come again. I'm like, fuck, hurry up, man. They're like,
I told them too, I go, I'm going to get, I normally always get a t-shirt when I go, know. I went up, I go, let's have a look what there is. And the fucking board had have about a dozen, I think?
At least.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah. And I'm looking, I'm going, my God, they're all fucking good.
$70 a t-shirt.
So I go,
he bought 4.
I'm not going to buy 12, obviously.
He bought 4.
So I bought 4.
$1,000 on t-shirts.
Yeah, literally.
But they were fucking good, man. Look, here's one.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I actually like that.
That's bad.
Put your clothes back on.
So out of 10, boys?
The future.
Oh, it was ripper.
10.
It was fucking ripper.
10.
No, hang on. You guys are romanticizing it.
No, I know what you're going to say now.
Okay.
Wait a second. All right. As an audio engineer and a an audio file, there were parts in the gig generally where it was out of sync, right?
Yeah.
And our mate had asked me, why would that happen? Like, typically. So I ran through a whole bunch of reasons. One, because I can't hear each other play, right? Like, your feedback in front of you, like you can't hear that. The fallback, you can't hear the earpiece, whatever. You're not in sync, right? 2, they're drunk and high, right? And they're just fucking not cutting it. 3, they're old and they just can't keep up.
Well, I went the night before,
Yeah.
and none of those issues were there.
Look, the songs that they were playing where that was really apparent were, I didn't know what the songs were, so I assumed they were new songs. And they're more intricate and shit.
Oh, that's
it's
sensitive
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I put it down to that, like to them not having played it that many times and
Well-
being dead because it was, dude, it was the last show of the tour. The
Yeah,
show was
fair
sold
enough.
out.
But I went the night before. I'm very familiar with the new album because I've listened to it to death because I bought a triple vinyl.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. So I knew those songs. I was expecting those songs, and they all came out spot on. So
Okay.
I have
So
a
that could
feeling
be the
it
fact
just
that
could have
they
been just
there's a
one
Friday-
of those, that night, just one of those.
Because they did it
oh,
back
we
to
didn't tweak
back,
it.
Friday and Saturday.
So look, it was a ripper performance, no doubt. 10, I can't give it a 10 because there were faults.
Yeah, I get that.
know
But
what
for
I
me,
mean?
I didn't have those faults. I'm happy to give it a 10.
10 out of 10.
Oh,
A complete
drums,
performance.
but- You know what I was impressed with? I go there knowing that, okay, they're not spring chickens like they used to be.
God,
I
they
still
give
look
that
up.
allowance, whatever. I've
Yeah.
been to some gigs where that happens. I saw Whitesnake. Remember? We went?
Whitesnake.
You remember that night?
You went to Whitesnake?
Yeah,
man.
I saw them in their peak, but we saw them when we were Scorpions.
Fuck.
His voice was shot.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the guys, what is it, like...
And that's something where you go and I go, all right, I know he's not the same. Whereas this one, they were impressive for their age still, and he still
not
sounded
as old,
great.
but yeah.
Yeah, not much difference.
Not much difference, but yeah, 100%, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, we're talking 5-10 years difference in the scheme of things.
Yeah.
So, no, I was very impressed. It was good. I was happy.
I
I'm
rate
glad I got there.
Killswitch gave it 10 out of 10.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, they were
Killswitch
good too.
nailed it.
They were awesome.
The opening band, man. For me, they were the highlight for me because I've seen...
He loves heavy metal band names. These guys are called Killswitch.
Killswitch Engage.
I think it's a good
How do
name.
you rate that one, George?
Better than that other fucking slaughter thing.
better than Cannibal Corpse?
Cannibal Corpse.
night, sleep all day.
What the fuck?
Cannibal Corpse.
What are you singing?
What's the
Slaughter.
band's name?
Ah.
Cannibal Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse. No, the other one. He hates it on.
Oh, RT.
Yeah.
Which one's that?
Ron Christ.
No. No.
He said it to me.
My like you.
Anyway, back to Maiden. Yeah, no, that was better. I'm glad. That was awesome. Rami said that. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits.
Yeah, that's now I saw that Mike Tramp's coming down. Did you see that? Whitesnake, January. Mike Tramp, the lead singer from White Lion. Sorry,
Yeah.
White Lion.
Hey, is he coming as Mike Tramp or as part of White Lion?
He's doing like a White Lion tour. Mike Tramp and his band.
Okay, yeah,
so
yeah, Katoa.
yeah, so that's going to be good. End of Jan.
How many gigs do you reckon you go to in a year, man?
Oh, normally I'd go to heaps.
So hang on, are you going to classify locals or just
For
international?
fuck's sakes, man.
Yeah, okay, there
Everything.
Just in general.
I'm not going to classify like
Local.
some random band that you saw at a pub for like $20. I'm talking like you paid 80 to 100.
hole, son. Why
paid-
would you come?
His Wonderwall. Yeah. I'm talking
I
about.
haven't played this one for a while. Wonderwall.
You're fucked. No, you paid 80 to 180 bucks to buy a ticket.
Look, it's not, mate.
Oh, look,
I'm not making a point about the money. I'm just saying how.
Well, don't forget that, like the last Kiss tour, I went to like 6 of them. So
You're not well,
Yeah.
like, clearly. What are you going to say?
Under normal
Tora toca
circumstances, you know what I mean, normal circumstances.
Okay, so hang on, wait a
you know
second.
what? You know
I
why?
would
I'll tell
go-
you why.
I would go
You know
every-
why? How I see it now is a lot of the bands that I listen to. And let's not like talk about the shit that's come out from the 90s or early 2000s, but a lot of the bands that I really listen to are, I'm fortunate to say, pretty much, knocking on death's door. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them are like in their 70s, 80s.
So
and
they're just starting their farewell tours.
Literally,
They're going to
man.
last for like 5
Yeah,
years.
so that's the difference with you and me. Although
wanna see-
I
I
also
wanna
come
see 'em.
from that era.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of the new.
I didn't come from that
wave
era.
stuff.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, you're talking about an era.
Yeah.
Wait. Look, make no mistake. I'm not criticizing money spent to do it. That's your vice. That's fine. That's
Correct.
your interest. All right. What would you say? Okay. From what I know about you, right?
Yeah.
No, relax, man. All right, fine.
Go, best or,
From what I
motherfucker.
know about you, besides the 44-gun drums of lube and black dildos that you seem to be wearing out all the time. Right?
Besides that,
Most of your money, your expendable money, goes to like band tickets, vinyls, shit like that. Yeah?
And
music themed.
Yeah, for yourself. I'm not talking about things you'd spend like on the house or your missus or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm saying for you, just for you.
Yeah.
Typically, that's your go-to, yeah?
Well, look, 100%.
Yeah, right.
Music orientated
That's fine.
and gaming.
It's a learning experience. What about you? What would you say vices for yourself are?
For me,
Yeah, if it's just darts and smokes,
Besides
I
the
don't care.
lube and the black
Mademoiselle's.
Bulk buys, yeah? Pallets.
Bar 20.
They go together. They do both rates.
We'll do a drop shipment. Can we split the order up?
He goes to this lovely.
Do double deliveries.
He goes to the
It's
local.
not extra shipping, is it?
He goes to the local
haven't
establishment
said-
called the Meat Market.
I haven't said a word. He knows everything. I wonder why.
What quantity do we have to buy in order to save on double shipping here? You know what I mean?
Sir, have you seen the size of these things? I can't believe I'm losing to a rug.
For me, expendable. What the pastime is for me?
There's children listening, so just be careful.
Relax, man.
He's a dickhead.
First, what children are listening to this? Adults barely listen to this.
I don't even listen to this.
No, I don't.
Mum, if you're
What are you
listening,
doing?
Sorry.
I don't even edit it anymore, man.
Change the channel.
This ain't no good.
This not good.
All right, sorry. Nick.
Mine's more sporty stuff. I spend my time
Pole dancing.
probably doing.
How is that?
Sport. It's a sport.
Pole dancing. They compete. Yeah, all right. Fair enough.
Remember what I said about heat. Just remember
Can't
about
get off
heat.
it, man.
The guy he's like a crow with a fat.
You want to hurt me?
Why? Your balls off. Let the man speak, man.
Okay, pistol.
When you say sporting stuff, what do you mean? Shut up.
I don't mind supporting the local soccer league. You know, the suburban soccer stuff. I enjoy going that. Go to a bit of the AFL. I go, and that probably takes up a little bit of the time. And then what do we do? Socialise a little bit.
You smash out the dinners and
a few dinners and
Yeah,
Greek nights. Some of them.
yeah. That's what we probably do. Andy, don't. I mean, we had a good night the other night.
Yeah. I'm a hybrid. I'm a cross between him and him.
Trans.
More like soccer only, medal. So 75. No, look, soccer. You're pretty,
50-50.
you're pretty strong with the soccer, but not the Greek part. Not the Greek part.
Yeah, talking about the soccer.
What about it?
What happened to your team? Just quietly on the weekend.
Yeah, all right. Yes.
Next.
Yes.
At last, I can get one in.
There we go.
You follow in the FPL?
He follows Lee, so I don't know where he's not getting the thuddles to open his mouth. But anyway.
Well, my son's team won.
We're scraping the barrel now.
Where we are.
Michael Buttles team won.
No, I enjoy on a personal. I do enjoy the sport and a lot of sports. I enjoy the. What I like these days is I like to get into the psyche of what stimulates teams, and sometimes when you look at performances, let's look at Port Adelaide. They found 15 goals in a week.
Yeah.
How does that happen? And that sort of stuff I'm intrigued with, because it's all about the mindset. It's all about little bits and pieces. And you saw what Mr. Hinkley did over the weekend. And,
Do you agree with it?
as a leader, for me, and having been involved, not at that level, but being involved in a lot of sheds and with a lot of players, often the confines of the shed is your office. Say whatever you want to do in there.
Yeah.
Celebrate it. You want to, whatever you want to do, say it in there. But when you come out in public, you've got to be humble with your victory, gracious in your defeat, because sport has a beautiful way of coming and taking a big hunk off your backside.
Did you see what happened, man?
No.
You know what he's talking about?
No
Explain
chance.
it.
So
I missed it too.
So what had happened was
The senator's got the floor.
a couple of weeks ago when Hawthorn had won their elimination final, and Sydney had won the qualifying final. So Sydney qualified to go into the prelim final. Jack Ginnivan, who is was an ex-teammate with Brodie Grundy, so they're pretty close. Sends a social media message. I'll see you in 14 days. In other words, excluding the fact that they needed to play Port Adelaide and get over
Port Adelaide. Predicting that they're going to be the outcome.
And Jack, and Jack.
All right.
No, I get where it's leading to.
And Jack being Jack, don't get me wrong. Jack Ginnivan is a very, very good player.
Yeah.
For a kid that at 20 or 21 years of age to have kicked 40 goals in one season, to have won an Anzac Day medal, to have played in a premiership team, and to play finals again this year, there's some big positives. His actions, well, you know what? He plays it on the edge, and did he give an in to the opposition? Exactly what Hinkley did. I'd be doing the same, using that as ammunition to say, we're not rated here, guys. It's us against them. And Hinkley does that as well as anyone. And then the downside was, and was Hinkley doing the, hey, Jack, you flying next week, Jack? And he was saying it. What had happened as well was that there was one of the Hawthorn players was playing his 300th game. It was a much revered player, Luke Bruce. Premiership player, absolute, kidio when it comes to playing the game. So you need to give them their time in the sun, where they get cheered off and given their time in the sun. That's when Hinkley decided to do the aeroplane just before that. And you see the captain actually having a nice snigger next to Hinkley as well. So that's a bit of ammunition that you give for the next time they're going to play. Is it poor taste? I think it is. And I don't think that when you're a leader of men and you're trying to set some standards, they're not the sort of things that are going to endear yourself. What you do is you're hard-nosed, and to be able to turn around 15 goals, by all means. A friend of mine said earlier today, he said, if you could have made mention of it at your press conference and say, did we use Jack's comments as a bit of motivation?
Fuel, yeah.
Absolutely we did. It'd be silly not to. So, when you're leading teams, it's much the same as what we do, day to day. When you manage people, you got to lead by example. You've got to set the expectation, irrespective of what you're doing there when no one sees you. And you know that some of the banter that we have about certain things that happen. But when you come out to the audience, you're one, and you do need to have some sort of moral ground. That's my view. I don't know how you see it.
Look, I agree. Yeah, especially because he's a coach. You know what I mean? If it's two players going at it on the field, then it's a different story. Do you know what I mean? But it's after the fact.
You're the leader of men.
Siren's gone.
You represent the Port Adelaide Football Club.
Yeah.
And when you represent the Port Adelaide Football Club in front of a full house, okay, but then think about the audience, the televised audience. We're talking millions here. So you're really managing it. And why would you want to put a rod on your back? Why? I don't understand that.
Maybe they'll put under more pressure than normal. And the moment just got to him.
But true, Andy. But when you've been a coach,
maybe normally he wouldn't do it. But in this particular case, it just it
12 years. But you've been in the chair for 12 years.
Yeah, I know.
And I think for me,
I've seen some people who are supposedly normally cool, calm, and collected. On the occasion,
let's look at
happens.
Let's look at one of the most successful coaches, and that is Craig Bellamy. Look at his persona.
Call him bellyache for nothing,
mate. But there was a beautiful article that was in the press last week about how grounded he keeps and rounded he keeps his players, and when they go out and they do 2 weeks of working, the labour and making them understand that what you're doing here, mate, you've become an elite player, respect it. And I think that the whole organisation, for me, kudos. They're the sort of things that I spend a bit of time with.
Bellamy's a gun.
All right. What's your vice for yourself?
My vice?
Yeah, for yourself. If you had to look at your income and say, cool, house.
Well, like I said, it would be.
He's a hybrid. He's a hybrid.
I do the same shit he does.
So
like
going to gigs.
Going to gigs and metal and stuff.
Buy vinyls.
Buy the odd t-shirt, buy some vinyl, whatever. But also go to the bowler and go, you know.
Has it always been that for you guys?
For me, pretty much.
Yeah? You?
Yeah, it was.
You?
I was a late bloom in the middle scene. Don't forget, like when I was, and you know this, man. Honestly, I liked Kiss. Always liked Kiss, always. But I was never a metalhead till probably later in life, maybe like mid to late 20s.
Okay.
Kicked in. Man, don't forget, we were going to like trance clubs, fucking house.
So you
clubs.
remember-
I actually remember when you were
Yeah, but a lot of us
started.
do that. Yeah, we were talking about last podcast as well. Remember, it started off from the clubs and whatever, but that just slowly morphed into, you know,
That's right.
going into seeing more bands, live bands, and then it evolved as your music taste evolved into, you know.
I just find it interesting because I've been doing like some self-reflection, and I find it interesting as time goes and you change and whatever, and you not priorities, but what you start dedicating time to and money and time and money starts evolving as a general. I went to dinner on the weekend, but I hadn't been out to dinner to a nice restaurant in Yonks. I couldn't remember the last time. Yeah. 10 years ago, I made a point of doing it every Saturday, if not every second Saturday, because I worked as a labourer. You know, you're dressed in shitty, dirty clothes all week. You know, you're in warehouses. So I used to say, I want to put on a shirt and go to dinner just to experience something in Melbourne. I didn't live in South Bank. I lived in Noble, right?
Yeah.
Now I look at it, and because I'm time poor between work, between the hustle, shit on the side, between everything I'm doing, I'm very time poor, and everyone's sort of separated doing their own thing as well. I look at me funding this studio, the bikes, which I've got to pay for, obviously, and just where I live and going to the footy every weekend.
You're literally like fucking. You've got literally so many different fucking aspects of you. It's insane.
Is it?
100%.
I didn't see it.
From music to sports to, you know, cars, bikes, computer shit, your businesses, your fucking podcasting. Like,
Yeah, but I don't see it. I've always seen that as normal.
nah, man, no, but you're like metal. Sports, metal sports.
Yeah, but you use the term yourself, and you just didn't even think about it. You said time poor.
Yeah.
You said that about yourself.
Yeah.
So you acknowledge it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, I used to invest a lot of time in like working on music and shit. That was like it. I would finish work at 1, play guitar for 10 hours. You know what I mean? I did that every day for nearly 20 years. Or like work on tunes and whatever. That stopped 2019-ish when I first started a business, and it just sort of like that took over. So now I'm working 7 days a week. But I was just thinking about it because like I used to love going to dinner, and I still do. Like the whole Diaskedasi thing, very Greek. Very ingrained in our culture.
Yeah.
If you guys all said, let's go get a feed on Sunday night,
Done. Yeah.
I wouldn't think about what I've got in my fridge.
Yeah.
Well, think about
We're the same.
Yeah.
You know, funny you should say that, because we, a while ago, started touching on this subject, and then it's evolved a bit more recently. The weekend comes, you know, we might go do something, we get invited to something, whatever. But besides that, which is a natural occurrence on the weekends normally,
Yeah.
we've been talking about, you know, whether it's we go to the Malvern Vale, or the other day we went to the Sporting Globe.
The Sporting Globe.
Or we went to the Last Piece.
or the brewery or stuff like that.
Or the brewery we went to. You know,
We went to the brewery
that's
that weekend.
my point, that it doesn't have to be an occasion on the weekend. I think we're starting to do, and I'd said to my sister-in-law as well, you know, we go, I think every week we're going to try and random days, doesn't have to be a particular day, you know, just let's go for a Parma here or a pizza there or a burger there.
Dude,
or something.
you're investing, say, $50 for a drink and a bite to eat,
50.
man.
You don't even need 50.
You know what I mean?
It could
What's
be that, or it could be less, depending
Or it could
where
be
you
less,
go.
or it could be more sometimes. You know what I mean?
But the point
but the average is
it's
around
about,
$50.
The senator would like to interject.
I was just saying, it's the point is, it's about getting off our asses
Yeah, 100%.
and just catching up with people and going, hey man, how's your day today? How you been?
Yeah.
Da-da-da, whatever.
We're talking about
Hang on, can you let him talk?
He's finished. Oh,
I think that the 2 COVID years has
taught us a lot, yeah.
spot on.
Yeah.
And I think, when you reflect and you do a bit of reflecting, we've lost those 2 years. They're not going to come back.
Mm.
And it was probably, for me personally, a bit of a light bulb moment, and particularly what's happened post all that, where you turn around and you get to a stage in your life where, the grandfather clock is running. So you really need to see the people you want to see, socialise where you want to socialise, and if you've got an opportunity to do, look at the uniqueness of this. For me, it's a buzz.
Yeah.
No, totally true.
Because it's a different facet, it's a different cohort, but it's also so good for this. And I think once you marry all that together, and experiences that we've had during the course of the last 12 months, 24 months, where people's health has deteriorated and things that have happened, and that they are significant milestones that gives you the opportunity to self-reflect and to say, you know what, how can we be better as people, number one, and number two, enjoy the people that want to see you.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, really important, and that's why we train at a gym. Oh, that's the other part that we didn't talk about was that.
Oh yeah, your Yoga Lattes circuit course.
Yeah, we do.
These guns don't grow on trees. You know what I'm saying?
All that lycra, he keeps going through new outfits.
He's got the new mankini too.
I was going to say, I always picture your workout outfits to look like a Rio de Janeiro flight.
You know what? No, you know what? Tomorrow,
Samba.
No, next time there's going to be skimpy shorts. Skimpy. No, skimpy. I want to get fucking like tight skin fucking jeans shorts.
Oh, you're fucked.
And like an Iron Maiden sleeveless top
and Kiss socks.
But coming back to that, for me personally, there are aspects of my life that I really enjoy, because there's cohorts of people that you really enjoy to see and to socialise and spend a bit of time with and support when they need support.
Oh, look, at the end of the day, man, 100%. Like this year especially has taught me so fucking much about life, and has siphoned through my priorities, where my priorities should be, where they shouldn't be anymore, and who aren't, if that makes sense.
Look, exactly what you just said,
you know what I mean?
And what you all have said. It must have been a couple of months ago now. It was like a Tuesday night, like random Tuesday night, and one of my mates just called me and goes, "Hey man, what are you doing like for the next couple of hours?" I'm like, "I don't know, nothing, whatever. You want to go for a ride?" Like, he's got a bike, he's out in Cheltenham. I'm like, all right. I looked at the scale. I'm like, okay, fuck it, it's a clear night. Like, all right,
go.
Where do you want to go? He goes, I don't know. He goes, I just don't want to be sitting at home right now. Kids are doing my head in, whatever. Like, I just want to get out and go for a ride. I'm like, okay, where to? So I met him in a corner of North Road and the Nepean Highway at the servo, sort of like a halfway point. And I go, how far do you want to go? He goes, well, I feel like a feed, like a kebab or something. I'm craving a kebab.
I know where you're going with this, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just, I go, all right, how many Ks do you want, how far away do you want to travel? He goes, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. Like, let's get a bit of a ride in, but not, let's go to nuts. It's school night. I go, okay. So I'm looking at, I go on the Google Maps. I'm like, okay, 20 Ks will get it, 20 minutes will get us around. I go, how about
Get
Burwood?
the protractor out.
Yeah. I go, Burwood. How's Burwood sound?
I don't think I've heard the word project. I can't even say it, man. Protractor for so fucking long, man.
You're fucked. So I said, Burwood's about 20 minutes. So we found a kebab joint in Burwood. So we went there, right? And it was just me and him. We go there, ends up having like a shisha lounge on top of it. So fuck it. We finished our kebabs. We didn't even get our kebabs. We went upstairs. They bought the kebabs. You feel like a shisha? Fuck it. Why not? So we ended up getting it. We were there for like 2.5 hours. Perfect. You know what I mean? And we're just talking shit. Like, and there's a guy I see every couple of days, every week. We talk frequently. But it was just no one else. It
random.
Random. I said, man, we've got to do more of this. Like, what did we spend? $16 on a kebab, $10 each, on a shisha. Big fuck. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I started taking that into account. I go, it's sort of, you get in your bubble and you forget about everything else, and it's like, fuck, man, like I've lost let's go fucking do something for the fuck of it. You know what I mean?
And I mean, you're like the one kind who has to actually learn this yourself, because if you're like, man, let's do something on, like I saw this with you a number of times. It's like, man, let's do something on Sunday. Yeah, no, I could do Sunday. Well, hang on, I have to do, I've got to go to the office, go to the thing, go to that, do that, go to there. I've got like between 2 and 6. Oh, actually, no, make it 2 and 4. Like, oh, forget it, man. Like, you know what I mean?
No, but there's things that I have to do which I can't avoid, right? It's work. And it's no offense to you, but the difference is I live alone. Everything falls on me. Like, if I don't work, then I don't get paid.
I understand that, but you also have to also look at your time for yourself as well. Like, that isn't. That's probably worth more than
I'm in your
every dollar.
shoes now as well.
Look,
I get what you're saying.
Look, you know what the other thing
but
is?
That's the conscious thing that I've come up with, that you need to, and I don't care if it's a Monday or a Thursday or whatever, I don't care if it's a pizza night or if it's a burger night or if in your case, just a random ride.
Yeah.
Got to do something at least once a week.
100%.
Do you know what?
Just
As a touch point.
This is the difference as well. I live hand to mouth with everything I do, right? And it's been like that for about 10 years. No, not 10 years. 2019. Pretty much 2019 was when I started living hand to mouth.
Yeah. Right.
But there's a reason for it. It's because I'm making up for lost time, for all the time I've wasted either investing in duds, people, shit ideas, whatever it is. And I said, you know what? I need a fast track to make my life look somewhat closer to where I wanted to be as opposed to where I am, right? And so, like, my whole life, I wanted a bike, yeah? Like, my whole life, since I was a kid. And I said to myself, I'm not going to get one unless I've got somewhere to store it and I've got time to ride it, right? And I've got money to maintain it.
Yeah, of course.
It was about, a couple of years ago, whatever, and a mate of mine said to me, dude, you got to get a bike. Like, I know it's something you'd fucking love. And I completely forgot the idea. Like, it went out of my head. And I'm like, yeah, fuck, you're right. Like, it's something I've always wanted to do. Figured it out. It was going to cost me about 5-6K all up. I'm like, fuck it. Like, I'll do it, right? When I got my bike license, so many people were shocked. Like, where are you getting a bike, man? I didn't know you were in a bike. So I'm like, I've always been into it. I'd buried it, like, subconsciously, because I had bills to pay. I had shit to do. I just left it, right? Time for myself. In my head,
right.
This is how I justify it in my head, right? Every part of my life now, whether it's hand to mouth, high stress, constant working, sacrificing, and just constantly reprioritizing sleep, funds, all that sort of shit, I can actually look at things in my life and say, you know what, but I've got this, I've achieved that. Like, I've got the studio. I did this subconsciously, like the studio. I wanted a studio since I was 15 years old.
I remember where you called me as well, where I was when you called me about it too.
You know
You're
what
like,
I mean?
what should I do? I'm like, fucking how you doing, man?
Everyone said to me, you got to do it. And I didn't even believe, like, I didn't even let myself do it because of all the priorities. You know what I mean? Subconsciously, without realizing, I achieved something I always wanted, a studio, with all my fucking childhood memorabilia. Do you know what I mean? And we can do this.
Awesome.
I always said I wanted a bike. I achieved it. I did it. I wanted a Japanese sports car. Never thought I'd ever fucking have one. Hustled, flipped, and managed to do it without realizing until someone said to me, dickhead. I'd send them a photo of it when I bought it. And they're like, I still remember their message back. They said, it'll be there tomorrow morning when we go down to go to work. It's fucking yours and no one's taking it from you. Like, fucking enjoy it. Like, literally. And I'm like, yeah. Like, and I still get a buzz, dude. The car's 20 years old. It's fucked. But I still love getting into it. Do you know what I mean? So the way I see it is, I know that I work a lot. I know that I have to sacrifice time, effort, money, like all that, and I don't get to be as free on a Sunday or a Saturday or any night. You know what I mean? But knowing that I've got the studio, knowing that these are material things, but they're not. Like, do you know what I mean? They represent a bigger portion.
They're milestones
Exactly.
in your head.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's the most
Yeah,
important.
but that's the stage where you're at.
Yeah.
Not everyone goes at the same pace through their life. Some people go through that stage, maybe 5-10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe some haven't hit that yet. Not everyone travels at the same pace, But the point is, it's about you go your pace, you go mine, I'll go mine, but try and intersect at
Find
times.
common ground.
Look,
that's what I'm getting at.
I'll finish what I'm saying. Sorry to cut you off. I'll finish what I'm saying on this. When I got the car, right, it's been like, it's not even a fucking, the car was worth 13K, like, 10 years ago. I remember when I had it, like, I had it in my sights. I went and saw it, and I remember my old man calling me Or I called him and said, hey, I'm looking at this and that. And he goes, so get it. I go, you reckon? And I said, yeah. I go, I'm thinking about it. And I said, you know what? I go, I know that I could buy something cheap to maintain, cheap to insure, cheap to run, but I wasn't happy at work. I wasn't happy with a whole lot of shit in my life. And I go, if I have to get up every day and get in this fucking thing that I want to drive and force myself to like trot off to work, I'm gonna be fucking miserable. At least I might as well get a car that I enjoy. You know what I mean? And he said, I can't remember, he said this thing in Greek, but it was to the effect of like, well, don't let anything stop you. You know, like fucking go for it. If you've locked in, do it. And so I did. And the night I got it, I actually drove out to see him, picked him up, took it for a burn around like Lower Dandy, like the Dandy bypass, Skippy, you know, and he was loving it, like front seat of the Japanese sports car. You know what I mean?
You feel?
Oh, dude, I got a tap now, mate. I got to commemorate the occasion. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean.
How good is that? And look at the smile on your face.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Do you know what I mean? And it's not about material shit. It's like you said, milestones.
Yeah, but no, it's milestones, but there's also, you have to find yourself opportunity to actually enjoy these milestones that you actually
100%.
achieve.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, man, you've got free time. Fucking jump in the car and go for a drive.
100%.
Jump in the fucking bike and go for a burn by yourself. And that is, by itself, your time too. You know what I mean? It's time to reflect.
I also like what Andrew said about, you know, you live your life, but in the crossroads, don't forget who comes in the crossroads. I like that. I like that analogy.
Yeah, 100%.
I really do.
And like, I remember 10 years ago, I was making an effort to go to dinner every Saturday night, and that was my outlet. You know what I mean? And obviously you're younger, you're going to go to a club, you're going to go to a bar, but I wasn't doing anything else with my life at all. So I was working a job that was comfortable, right? As in, like, it wasn't challenging, it was just tiring, but I was only doing 32 hours a week. You know what I mean? I wasn't earning any extra income, didn't need to. Like, I was covering overheads, I was covering rent, I was covering whatever, and managed to save a bit.
Yeah, well, but it's a shit kicker job, though.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. There was no growth. It was just like, but in my head, yeah, this is how I'm spending my time.
It was just factory work. High-paying factory work.
High pressure, high-paying factory work.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, and every Saturday night I would go to dinner. Now, sometimes, like most of the time, I don't have coin to go spurge $200 on a dinner. But no, if I wake up and know if I want to go for a ride, I can, and know that I'm doing a lot more for myself, having some autonomy. For me, autonomy was the big thing.
Perfect.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's all relative to you.
Look, we speaking of you, I didn't want to spend $200, whatever.
Yeah.
We went through a similar thing so since COVID and after, it's where the change happened. But before that, we went, and I won't say it was because of anyone in particular, but it just so happened that there was stuff going on back to back to back.
Yeah.
And it became
a lot
tiring.
of it felt almost unnecessary, right? It was just for the sake of doing stuff, whatever. And it wasn't cheap either. So there's that factor as well. And we're going, fuck, didn't we just go somewhere yesterday or a couple of days ago or whatever? Literally, it was turning into that.
Yep.
And we started even before we had the change with COVID. Remember, we were talking about it, and I said, I'm getting sick of this shit, man. I think we've got to do it more into a bit of quality over quantity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
And we've actually evolved into that. And when I say quality, it doesn't mean it has to be, a quality place where we have to blow $1,000. I'm talking about quality time and what we're doing with it. It might only be a fucking $20 pizza or something. It doesn't matter. But, it's about, and that ties into, again, with what I said about, whether we go for a Palmer. It's about let life happen on the weekends. You're going to get your birthdays. I had my nephew's party the other day.
And that's the thing, that never ends.
My nieces. Yeah. But I'm talking about the in-between where, I'll bug him, let's go do something, or him, or you, or whatever. You've seen my messages sometimes. Yeah. That's the whole point of that, because some people like that idea, but they get caught up in their life and they almost forget to do that. So I'm trying to be a bit of an encourager, a prodder.
No, it's good.
You know what I mean?
Trust me. I actually had this thing where it's like, it was just this fucking rotating wheel of the same shit. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday work. Friday might have something. Saturday might have something. Sunday we just kick back and then the same shit. It's like nothing breaks it. It's like, man, why can't we go out for a dinner on a Wednesday night? Oh, you know,
Yeah,
we've
that's my whole
got, you
point
know,
I'm
he's
saying.
got workers. Mate, who gives a fuck?
Okay.
Work from home the next day.
Correct.
Just fucking
Yeah, but
go,
also,
man.
you don't have to go at fucking 10 o'clock at night.
correct.
You can
What did we
plan
do-
it
what did we
as
do?
early as possible.
Andy, what did we do last week? I think we met at 7, and by 9:30 we were gone.
Done. But that's what I'm saying. You have to have that break in, because sometimes life gets just the same, like the click, 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 click,
It
the
does.
same shit,
Hey,
same shit,
remember we
same
went
shit,
to
same
the brewery
shit.
and then went back to your place?
Yeah,
You're like a pig in shit.
yeah.
You know,
That was sad.
Mate,
Sorry,
I'm
boys.
telling you now.
Fine.
I was meant to join you that night, but
But you know what the funny
It was
thing
in
is?
Europe, sorry.
I actually said, man, it's like, man, I want to change shit up a bit. I told the guitar as well. I said, I actually want to change shit up a bit. Sorry,
What
go.
was you saying?
that, I was in bed. We were at the soccer that
Like-
day, and I said, "Take me home because I'm ready to fall asleep."
And the ironic
you know
thing is, when I picked him up, I go, "How you going?" He goes, "Oh yeah, I'm doing all right. I'll transition." I'm going, "Yeah." I go, "We'll see later."
Was he transitioning?
Yeah, took him to the bowler, and I could tell even there he was like. And then by the time we were getting ready, goes, "Yeah, just drop me off."
Man, honestly, honestly, after the brewery, it was supposed to be like a chilled little night, man. It ended up coming in my house. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
How good is that?
Half of us got plastered.
I was fucked. I was legitimately
Yeah.
drunk.
We
I
were like-
woke up.
That's his fault.
I woke up. I had the dries and a fucking migraine. I'm like, oh my god.
That's him.
Yeah.
You know, this is the guy that likes to deflect everyone. He goes, "Oh, you're the drinker.
I
You're
was
the
with
drinker.
them,
You're
man.
the
I was
drinker.
there too. He
You're
was the
drinker."
only one. He was the only one that wasn't.
I don't have much
Yeah,
time
yeah.
for anymore. So.
This and here doesn't stop drinking.
Oh, all right, man. Look who's talking.
Well, you're at your house, man. Like,
Yeah.
you can drink.
But
No one's stopping
dude, I
you.
literally, I closed the door, and when you all left, it's like, I think you called us, like, man, it's like fucking almost 2, man.
It was.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I looked at the time and I'm like, what the fuck? Look,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
We're playing music. We're just having a talk. Literally, like
Gone
it
through
was
bottles.
Yeah, bottles. Literally, man. Just bottles.
Bucalia, like bucalia.
But
It was getting every 2 seconds
not
mixing
like beer.
drinks.
It was fucking like vodkas and gins and
Yeah. It was
the good
fucked.
stuff.
Oh, dude, damn.
And then I literally closed the door. And I fucking said to the guitar, because I said, I wanted to change it up a bit. Like, I'm always doing the repeated shit. I closed the door. I'm like, mate, I haven't had so much fun in my life in such a fucking long time.
Good.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
And I literally closed it and I went to bed with a smile. Just like, man,
Good on you.
And these are the people that I want to fucking associate myself with.
That's it.
Because there's no headaches, there's no fucking dramas.
Not hard.
We're all fucking laughing, talking. We could all have a different, like, I mean, the missus is there. We're talking about metal. Like, she doesn't even know a probably metal band, but she's there talking and like
Interacting. You know what it is?
you know
It's
what I mean?
interacting.
Yeah.
And talking about a drinking exhibition.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Do you want to elaborate?
Oh, what about me? What about me?
Oops.
Do you want to?
Are you talking about my
Hey.
nephew's 18?
I
that
am
just
talking
reminded
about
me
your
of?
nephew's
Oh, here we go.
18th.
Hey, the from Ninja Turtles. Whoops! the dump truck.
So this guy decided to reminisce a little bit a few weeks ago.
So don't tell me he was on the sauce.
Well, I went to.
Oh, here we go.
I went to.
Did you get the white jeans out and the white shirt?
and he
the
said-
bell bottoms,
It
the
was,
Mesh shirt.
bell bottoms.
no. It was my nephew's 18th.
Oh, here we go.
And Annie goes to me.
You know who he
Basically,
was?
do you want to drive?
The uncle from the Christmas Lampoons.
Oh, Uncle Eddie.
Uncle Eddie.
Shitter was full.
The shitter was full.
Uncle Buck. And I said, look, all right, it's their kid's 18th. You know, maybe they want to have a drink. I go, that's fine. I don't mind. I'll drive.
I'll partake.
Drive.
So-
But hang on. Oh, did you actually go out? It wasn't at the house.
No.
Yeah, it was at no, it wasn't at home. It was
Okay.
at
In Oakley.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, so we get in the car, we go down there, and I'm not sure how it evolved, but I think Annie decided to go, nah, you know what? She'd had a bit of a turnaround. She didn't want to drink anymore because I think they just wanted to sort of stay focused.
Oh, because anything goes
Because
wrong.
Paula was having a great time. They were really happy, and
Yeah,
I think
that's
they were
good.
just. And then, so the opportunity came. She goes to me, no, I'm not going to. I go, you sure? She goes, yeah. Okay, all right. So,
Take my car home. Yeah.
no.
No, so she's going to drive everyone
She's going
with
to
your
drive
car.
instead of me.
Oh, okay. You haven't left yet,
No, we were at the venue.
but you already drove.
He drove to
No, we
there.
were in their car. I was going to drive that. Yeah.
Catalava. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
so basically, then I started.
Okay.
I'm going, yeah. I had my own waitress there, Lebs.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like this with the
Yeah.
clothes. She'd look at me. She'd come and have a look. She'd go, I'll get you one. So she's,
No
I
shit.
go to the bar. She can go to the bar.
But they're the dangerous ones.
Vodka, lemon, lime.
The dangerous part is you haven't even stood up yet to realise how fucking drunk you are.
Yeah.
But
Oh, we
you're
were
sitting
standing
down.
up. No, we were standing
Oh,
up.
shit aside, but I was quite impressed with myself.
Actually did well.
I lasted the whole night, no problem.
Until you got
and
home.
the next night, I got up 8 in the morning, no headache, no nothing. I was fine.
The only thing I did ask him the next morning, what did I ask you? Was your blood sugar level?
I think it was through the roof. No, but hang on. I was drinking vodka, lime, and soda.
That's right.
So that
You were.
helped as well.
He wants to watch his figure, so.
Correct.
That's the sugar.
Correct.
level, man.
No.
Watching these drunks going at it is shocking.
Yeah, fucking call me at 5 o'clock in the morning. This guy. Fucking drinking for like literally 12 hours
No,
straight.
I was real happy for my nephew.
No, that was a
real
very,
good.
very good night, and let me say that it was so well done.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't sure how I got a little bit emotional at one time.
I think,
but,
look,
Of course you would, man.
we're at a stage in life where if you're going out for a drink, with Bud Hour, it's got to be the right people.
100%.
And everyone's got to be on the level. Like, we're all in the same zone. There's no, like, supes, mupes, mutra, you know what I mean? Like, one cunt.
Mutra.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like, one
heard
guy.
that for a while.
One guy.
Just one of these ones.
No. No, what I mean is, like, you go out sometimes. Let's say the four of us go out and you don't want to be there, like, for whatever reason. You're not in the zone. You don't want to drink. And you're going to bring everyone else down.
100%.
no, fuck
Like,
that.
oh, what are you doing? Relax, blah, blah, blah. Settle down, calm down. That's the shit that, like, snaps you. That's when it becomes wild.
That
I get that
No,
with this guy
someone-
every time. I think the Maiden gig, I go, hey. He goes, nah, I won't have I've got things on to do and shit like that. No problems at all. Next minute, man. We're up at all hours of the morning eating supper in at like 3:30 in
That
the
was a
morning.
good call, but don't say it wasn't a good call.
That was a very good call.
was that after the Maiden? On
Yeah, so
Sunday?
we're walking down Russell Street, and then I said, so now what? Like, do you want to, do you want to was? Your brother got lost.
Oh my God.
Hey, what, on foot?
Oh
So
my God.
We've left.
I forgot about that till now.
His brother took his coat to the coat room outside,
it's outside.
of Rod Laver, yeah? Like, it's one of those portables.
yeah.
And so we all said, let's go there. That's the beacon of where we're going to go after this is all
Yeah.
done. So we all break up, and I think I was with my mate, Manda.
Yeah,
And then-
you were.
Yeah. You've gone
And
off.
I think it was even with my brother-in-law as well.
Yeah. All of us
And he-
were together. And
I'm
I
like-
said, so I've called you. I'm like, where are we meeting is, man? In like the cloakroom. That's where we're going. Oh, okay, cool. Waiting.
So I go to my brother,
waiting.
gate 3. We're here, because I think he was going to come with us or whatever. I don't know what was going on.
I
Why.
don't know,
Anyway,
man.
I'm like,
But
the coat's
we're-
here. I'm like,
oh,
all right.
yeah, right. The cloakroom. Cool. So we're just opposite it. We're waiting. What the
Gate
fuck
3.
are these people? We're waiting. We start walking, right, for the tram areas, and finally get a hold of him. Like, where are you? Oh, my brother got lost. What? He's somewhere in Rod Laver. Like,
I had to fucking pin, like, the pin on Messenger?
Yeah.
Turn this way. Fucking kick
No
ball.
way.
And he wasn't even drunk.
he's the oldest one, yeah?
No way.
So-
It wasn't even
And
drunk.
I go, mate, hang on a second. I go to the cloakroom. He goes, mate, you're lucky you came because he wouldn't have got his jacket today.
Yeah. And so while this is all going on, like my
So I
mate,
grabbed the jacket. Wait, now I have to wait more.
my mate lives in the west and they'd parked near my house. So I said, you know what? I go, you go, let them find this cunt's brother and figure it out. I'm going to take my mate back to my joint, like, so they're not going by themselves. We'll go there and you call me and tell me what happens once we move on from here, right? If they said we're getting a cab, we're going home, I'm 5 seconds from home. If they said we're going to kick on, I just get back on a tram, go back in the city. You know what I mean? It was midnight at this point.
It was.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, like, I got on the tram with my mate, got her back to her car. We had a chat for 10 minutes. She's fucked off. So it's about midnight at this point. I'm walking, literally, I'm at the apex of, like, the city or my house, yeah? Call him up. I get a hold of Al, I think it was.
Yeah.
Go, hey, what's the go? Yeah, we found him. He's parked it. He's leaving. We're going to kick on. We're at a pub somewhere in the city
Elephant.
already.
Wasn't it Elephant?
You heard that? The Elephant. I'm like,
Elephant and wheelbarrow.
Oh.
I could have easily turned. In 20 seconds, I would have been home in my pajamas. I said, fuck it. I jumped on a tram. 5 minutes later, I was in the city. Walked up to where
Yeah.
you guys were. We sat down and had a beer. last drinks I think got called or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we left. Walking down Russell Street, I said, so now what? And you guys were suggesting all these bars and shit. And I said, look, you guys hungry? Yeah, I could eat. How about we just go get something to eat and we'll go out after that? And I said, well, hang on. Why don't we just go to the Supper Inn, have a feed and just get smashed
Have
there?
Have you heard of this place? We've been there.
Then our mate was just like, you are a man of class. Good choice. I'm like, all right, then relax. He's like, nah, done. Done. This guy never been.
Never heard of it.
So Supper Inn is a fucking institution in Melbourne. It's like Viper Room or like Lambs on Chaps. Yeah. Supper Inn is
Viper Room.
Yeah. This guy's eyes just light up. Yeah. It's like Revs. It's the Revs of the culinary world, literally, as an alternative to Stalactites. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I've ended up at Stalactites many nights.
Yeah. That was my go-to.
Yeah, Supper Inn is, I pick it over
This
Stalactites.
place, you walk up these fucking stairs.
It's in Chinatown, in a laneway, right?
Right.
And it's the lower end towards Swanson Street, so that in between, like, yeah. And it's got an old school neon light out the front. The downstairs area is something it's both of them is out of like a Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah, legit. You're literally walking into
a
like
1985 Jackie Chan film.
The tuxedo was on the other night.
Downstairs has got like the brown wood stain, like sort of fake. You know what I mean? Upstairs they've tried to reno it, like just a cheap paint
First
job.
thing you see a guy in a fucking maid outfit. I'm like, where are you bringing me back?
Yeah, and there's just trapezia, just tables with white, like with tablecloths, just bumper to bumper to bumper.
Was it tablecloth? No,
No,
it was
the
yeah.
paper.
The butcher paper,
The
wasn't
butcher
it?
paper, yeah.
Oh, it's
The butcher
quality.
paper. Yeah. And I took a mate of mine came from Adelaide a couple months ago, so I took him, right? Because I said, well, cuisine do you want? He goes, I'll do Asian or something. I go, done. Like, I know where we're going. And there, you rock up at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, there's a line out the front door, man. Like, dead set line. And they'll be there till 5 in the morning cooking. Food comes out quick, quality, well priced, and they got 100 beers on like, you know, for you to bring out.
Just to give you an idea how popular this place is, and I had no idea about it, the friend who was there with us sent a photo of the plate, just the plate, and their response was, Supper Inn.
Yeah. I sent a photo of the picture on the wall and I sent it to my mate.
Oh, you're at Supper
Is that
Inn.
that place that you took me to? I'm like, yeah, man.
Legit, man.
It's an institution. It has to be done.
George is going to let you go, and you're like, why did you tell me about
that's an experience. That joint is, you got to train it in, no car, you know what I mean? And be like, done, let's get 5 plates, share it, and just have beers coming. Because it's Asian, it's Chinese, so a lot of chili, a lot of soy sauce.
I remember it's like you bought us warm, like I think someone bought us warm beers.
Oh, the warm beer.
And then the other guy comes in and goes, this is warm. It's like, we didn't make it warm. You fucking bought it warm.
Yeah, the waiter like cracked the shit.
Yeah, he's like, looked at me. It's like, warm beer. I'm like,
what do you got to pick it up,
grab
man?
him, man.
With the fed up there. Like, what do you mean? But, dude, and it was one of those sliding door moments, man, where I could have gone down left and gone to my house or just jumped on a tram and called it a night at midnight. That's a respectable night. It was 2:30 when we got home.
I got home by 4.
Yeah.
We're going.
Did you just look it up?
Yeah.
We're going.
It was 2:30 in the morning when I got home and got into bed, yeah? And I thought, man, what a ripper night. Like,
And it will be a Saturday night.
yeah, we saw a gig, went to a gig,
Well, obviously, it's more of a if we happen to be
yeah?
traversing the city, yeah.
But
Like,
it's
keep us
like-
posted. I'll take along.
But that's what I mean. Like, at 12, I could have called it a night. It would have been like, yeah, you had a night out. But I said, fuck it. I met these clowns in the city, went for another feed,
Fuck it.
dragged it. It went another 2.5 hours. You know what I mean? But I was pretty toasty after that as well because we had a few
Yeah,
beers.
man. We had a few. You had a few beers. I think I
Yeah.
called it. You guys kept going. I'm
Yeah,
like, no,
it
I'm
was
done,
2-3
man.
beers. And I'm like, we got a feed. But again, it was something like he'd never done. He'd never gone to this
Never,
joint. You
no.
know, where because I live in that area now. Like I go into the city a lot, you know. But that was my point. There's so many more like things.
100%, man.
That-
I totally agree.
But the point there is not necessarily the location or the venue. It's more the doing the stuff.
Yeah, I said,
That's-
fuck it. What's another 2 hours? Let's do
And
it.
that ties into what we were sort of talking about earlier, and that happened to be the Saturday night because it was after a Maiden gig. But you could be going to a gig on a Thursday or whatever. It doesn't
was-
matter. The point is just that. Come on, man.
But it was an
Let's do
active
something.
decision in my
Break
head.
the routine a little bit.
It was an active decision to say I could easily go home now and just cark it on my couch watching YouTube clips. I said, nah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like they're in the city. Let's go do something. Do you know what I mean? And I think What pisses me off is with the COVID thing, right? How everyone's like, oh, we lost 2 years of our lives and blah, blah, blah. We're never going to get it back. During COVID, when everyone was in lockdown, you had everyone singing operas from balconies and baking bread and all the
DJing
shit.
from the balconies and
You know
shit.
what I mean?
Yeah.
All this shit, and we've rediscovered the meaning of life, and we're connecting with people we've never connected with. Now, in the toilet, no one does that shit anymore. No one's baking bread anymore. Tell me who from the COVID era is still baking pshomi in their house because, you know, just because.
I've still done bread, man. I've got a bread machine.
Okay, bravo. Well done.
Yeah.
You're one. I can't name another person.
I got my best customers, my niece and my nephew.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be, Theo, you gonna do another loaf?
Yeah,
I love.
no.
I do the black bread.
But that's what I mean.
Hey, before we're all like friends and like, you know, everyone's talking to their neighbors and shit, and now it's like, hey, good morning, America. Hey, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Hey, fuck you too.
Go to hell. But that's what I mean, dude. Like,
Yeah.
we came out inspired and like, you know, we've reflected and we've missed out on so much. Let's reconnect. Achlavia. Exactly. To the senator on the left, right? Exactly. Now, and it's like, come out for a beer. Nah, man, that's too late. What do you mean?
It's 6:30.
No, but we were touching on it earlier. That's the whole point of what we were saying. Now, whether that was the catalyst, you know, the COVID thing you're talking about, or just other things that have happened to us, you know, we mentioned, you know, we've had a year from hell and stuff, you know, things have happened. Whatever the cause is or the catalyst, the point is that if you don't get on the phone or if you don't message or you don't do anything, you're just going to be at home watching TV,
Yeah.
doing whatever,
Wasting time.
doing whatever. You know, yes, there's a necessity for getting stuff ready for the next day for work, or you know, I've got to go get ready for this. But in between, you just got to go, fuck it, like you said. I'm going to ring up my mate. I'm going to send a message. I'm going to do whatever, and it doesn't even have to be go to the supper in or whatever. Maybe just go to his house and bust his balls there.